So let's take a look at the makefs command. So the makefs command, or make file system command, is used to create a file system, i.e. a system for organizing a hierarchy of directories, subdirectories, and files, on a formatted storage device or media, usually a partition or a hard disk drive. Makefs is actually just a front end for the various specific file system creation programs that are available in Linux, such as make 2fs, makefs.ext3, and makefs vfat. And ext3 and 4 are the typical ones we're going to be using. So the specific program is searched for first in several standard directories such as sbin, sbinfs, and sbinfs.t, and etcfs. The precise list is defined when makefs is compiled. Then in directories listed in the path environment variable lastly, which lists the directories that the system searches for an executable program. So the syntax for makefs is makefs with various flags such as -V or -T, which will have to put the file system type, the file system option, and then the file system itself. So really we're going to just do makefs and then the file system to make it a file system. There's a lot of flags and options, as you can see here, that you can put onto it to alter what it does. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about the lost and found directory. The lost and found folder is part of Linux, Mac OS, and other Unix-like operating system. Each file, that is, each partition, has its own lost and found directory, and you'll find recovered bits in corrupted files here. So when we run that fsck command, which is short for file system check command, it examines your file system for errors. fscheck may be bits of orphaned or corrupted files in the file system. If it does, fscheck removes those corrupted bits of data from the system and places them in that lost and found folder we were just talking about. So for example, if you abruptly shut your computer down while it's running and the files are being written to a hard drive, the fs tool may automatically examine your file system the next time you boot your computer if it finds any corrupted data it places in the system's lost and found folder. So let's check that out real quick. I have my system pulled up here. Let's see if I can find the lost and found folder here. Let me clear my screen real quick. Do an ls. I don't have the lost and found folder. Let's go ahead and go to... Actually, let's go all the way. Let's just go home. There we go. Alright, so it doesn't look like we currently have the lost and found directory on here. Let me check one more place. Alright, so it might not actually be set up on this machine yet. Let me see if I can do a cd/lost or lost. Okay, so it's not actually set up on this system yet. But let's go ahead and run that fscheck command. Oops, fsck. And then this is what I wanted to show you guys. So it's going to check that disk. However, if you try to do it while it's mounted, it's going to really damage your file system. Okay, and luckily this gives you a warning before you do that. So if you guys run that command on a system that's mounted, it's going to really mess it up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click no here. And that's what I wanted to show you guys, is that you don't want to run that fscheck on a file system that's already mounted. Okay, let's head back to our PowerPoint. Now let's talk about the journaling attribute. So journaling file system is a file system that maintains a special file called a journal that is used to repair any inconsistencies that occur as the result of an improper shutdown of a computer. Such shutdowns are usually due to an interruption of the power supply or to a software problem that cannot be resolved without rebooting. Journaling file systems write metadata, which is different from inode data, because metadata is just data about files and directories, so actual data inside of it. This data is written into the journal that is flushed to the HDD or hard disk drive before each command returns. In the event of a system crash, a given set of updates may have either been fully committed to the system, which means it was written to the hard drive, in which case there is no problem, or the updates will have been marked as not yet fully committed, in which case the system will read the journal, which can be rolled up to the most recent point of data consistency.